From the Ohio AgNet, Voice You Know at the News You Trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Joel Penorwood, joining you here on Friday with your farm news and information. A new plan has been announced to fight bird flu, highly pathogenic avian influenza, which has been hitting Ohio really hard the last couple of months. There's been a depopulation of 28.1 million egg-laying hens since the start of this year, and those have been mainly because of outbreaks here in the Buckeye State, as well as in Indiana. Since October, the egg industry has lost 52 million birds. In the face of that, Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins has announced a blueprint intended to bring avian influenza under control. Barrett Nelson is an economist with the American Farm Bureau, says the current outbreak dates back almost 3 years, actually.
So highly pathogenic avian influenza has affected about 166 million birds since the outbreak began in 2022. Most of these have been egg layers, while avian influenza has also affected 975 dairy herds since the first detection in March of 24. Avian influenza in poultry has dramatically reduced the egg supply and driven up prices to record levels.
Americans definitely seeing it in the grocery store. The price of eggs has seen a national average reaching $8.11 per dozen lately. USDA's blueprint contains elements to address those egg costs, along with some other moves.
USDA will dedicate up to $500 million to help U.S. poultry producers implement the gold standard of biosecurity measures. The next step, USDA will make up to $400 million available of increased financial relief to farmers. The third prong, USDA is exploring the use of vaccines and therapeutics for laying chickens. The fourth prong, USDA will take other actions to help lower the cost of eggs and remove unnecessary regulatory burdens on egg producers. The fifth prong, USDA will consider temporary import options to reduce egg costs in the short term.
That's Barrett Nelson of the American Farm Bureau, giving us their perspective on the new blueprint for fighting bird flu. And as mentioned, not just on the poultry side, the dairy industry has been hit as well. The National Milk Producers Federation and the International Dairy Foods Association reacting positively to USDA's updated response plan. Greg Dowd is the president and CEO of the National Milk Producers Federation, says dairy farmers and co-ops appreciate USDA's leadership in supporting American ag and safeguarding animal health as it deals with what soon will be a second year of H5N1 bird flu disruptions in dairy cattle. Let's turn the page to take a look at what weather lies ahead for our state. The latest ag weather forecast brought to you by Seed Consultants, simply better performance, online at seedconsultants.com. Today, warm but windy, highs in the mid-50s as today goes on with gusts up to 50 mile an hour. A wind advisory is in effect for much of western and central Ohio until 7 o'clock, so stay safe out there, secure loose objects, and use caution. A few scattered showers possible this evening. That takes us into a cold air front coming in tonight, bringing weekend highs in the mid-30s and lows in the teens. Saturday will be partly cloudy. Sunshine comes back Sunday. That'll help fend off the chill. Monday will start us off in the low 40s. Sunshine before rain moves in overnight. Tuesday brings scattered showers to parts of the state, leading into a stormy and warm Wednesday. Highs hitting us with the mid-60s. That'll be nice, but a chance for thunderstorms along with that. Thursday morning sees colder air return. Not before Friday warms back into the 50s. Next weekend could see another round of rain coming as well. The 2025 Commodity Classic coming up this weekend and into early next week in Denver for the first time. Always a popular time for ag companies to announce new technologies. John Deere specifically has announced a wave of new updates designed to enhance efficiency and precision in planting, spraying, and harvesting. Those include AutoTrack Vision 2.0. That'll keep sprayer wheels centered at speeds up to 22 mile an hour. On the planter side, seed and fertilizer level sensing for better logistics. Also active vacuum automation to optimize seed placement. There's also the See and Spray Select Variable Rate, which adjusts herbicide application based on weed density, and AutoTrack Turn Automation, improving precision in field navigation. At harvest, Deere has upgraded predictive ground speed automation to account for terrain and weed patches. Also, their new auto-load camera technology helps evenly fill grain carts. They've got a new grain sensor that'll help provide real-time crop quality data called the Harvest Lab 3000. Stay tuned this coming week as our team will be there at Commodity Classic, checking out the latest in agriculture. Now time for a look at how markets are shaping up today. Before we get to the numbers, what's driving those? Thanks to Brandt, helping growers take control for over 70 years. Here's Ryan.
I'm Ryan Metzger with Lice Mercantile, providing you with week-ending recap. This week we had three major market driving headlines. The first was the release of the USDA outlook that is calling for 94 million acres of corn to be planted this spring. That is a 3.4 million acre increase on those corn acres. Next, we have all the market uneasiness tied to the Trump administration's tariff plan. If implemented, there will be risk exposure to corn and ethanol. Lastly, and directly linked to the tariff conversation, is a concern of the lack of new export sales in the face of all the tariff threats. Combining all these issues, we're starting to see more concern about the threat for increased carryouts. Please visit our website, licemercantile.com, to learn more about our grain marketing program and crop insurance services.
Thanks, Ryan. Let's take a look at how the numbers are shaping up in Chicago. March corn down 4 3/4 right now to $4.60 per bushel. New crop corn at $4.58, down 3 3/4. March soybeans off 4 3/4 to $10.18, as November beans down 7 1/4 to $10.34 1/2. July wheat up 3/4 of a penny to $5.77 1/2. Markets thanks to Seed Consultants, simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. April feeder cattle 65 cents higher to $276.15. April hogs up a nickel to $84.43. Milk staying steady. This is the Ohio AgNet.